Hi everyone, welcome back to Carrie Kirby Creates, and today we're going to have some fun with the gel press. I haven't used it in a while. This is the one that I have. Well, I have an old one as well, but this is a nice big one. It's an 8 by 10 inch one, and I'm just going to remove those. And I just noticed these bubbles. I don't know if you can see them. Now, I did clean it well the last time I used it. As for whether they'll actually come out in the printing or not, I don't know, but I can't really feel anything on it. Anyway, this is the one that I'll be using, and I'm popping it onto the glass mat, which is very handy because, as you can see, it holds it secure and it won't move. So I'm going to be using some Distress Oxide inks, and I'm just going to do a bit of playing around and to create some nice backgrounds for my cards. So it's just basically choosing colour combinations. I'm going to see if I can zoom you out a bit there, just so that you can get more of an idea. So I might need to move, I think, some of these. Well, for the first go, let's just pop these on the sides. I kind of bundled some colours together that I thought might work with each other. But for the first one, I'm coming in with the spiced marmalade. And I'm using this brayer that I have. Now, the one I have is a fairly large one because my gel plate is large. But basically, use whatever you have. And I'm coming in with the spiced marmalade. Sorry, I'm coming in with the spiced marmalade. I just want to pop some of that down there. Next, I'm coming in with the Crackling Campfire. And I just want to get my brayer there, and I want to blend these two colours. Let's move that actually. I think that that's better. I want to blend these two shades together. And by using it this way, now I'm lifting and letting the brayer do the work, as you can see. You know, I'm not just dragging it over and back like that. And those colours look like they have a nice blend with each other. So I'm just using a bit of piece of paper towel to clean that off. Now what I want to do with this one is I want to pop some droplets of water down on it, and I'm going to spritz this just into my hand. Just get some smaller ones there, and I think that that'll be enough. And I'm coming in, it's just normal photocopier paper that you would use in your printer. And I'm going to pop that down over it there. So like I said, it's just to play around, and hopefully we'll get some nice backgrounds that we can use in the cards for future projects. So I can come in with the brayer if I want and just do that. Now let's pick up any bits that have splattered. And with this type of stuff, any mixed media stuff, be prepared for a mess, but also be prepared for lots of fun. So let's just pull that there and see what we got. Yeah, those colours are lovely together, but I'm thinking that the splatters of water were a bit too much for what I was looking for. So I'm just going to come in with my water. Now you can use baby wipes, but just be aware, don't use any alcohol on it because it'll dry your gel press out. So just water's enough, it'll clean it up properly. You can bring it in when you're finished playing with it and rinse it out in the sink. I'm going to come in again with these same colours. Just because it is nice, but I'm not totally happy. It's not the look I was going for. Pop a good bit of that down there. Coming in again now with the brayer, and I want to blend those two colours together. There we go. And let's see, this time I'm going to just spritz it. Yeah, and I think that may possibly be enough. So we'll go with that. Again, just coming in with the copier paper. And you can run over it with your hand, or you can use the brayer. You can use both. Now there is ink on that, so I'm going to get probably a lovely background as well here, which will give me a choice. I can use either side. I'm not happy with the first one. Let's have a lift of that there. Yeah, that's very, very pretty. That's very nice. So the next thing I want to do, I am coming in, and like I said, these baby wipes they're zero alcohol, so they're safe enough to use. I just want to come in with some different colours. So this time I'm going to use the Forest Moss and the Walnut Stain. And you might want to get yourself a nice cup of coffee or tea or your choice of beverage, because I think this is going to be a long video. So again, let's come along and blend those two lovely colours together. Now, I might have been better off to pop this down on the wide side because you probably would see it better. But for this one, what I want to do is I want to come in with some stamps that I've got there, and let's see. Yeah, I think I'll use this one. So I could pop that onto, it's just a clean stamp, I could pop it onto an acrylic block. But what I want to do is I just want to pop it down there. And that should pick up some of the ink. And I can see that it has. So I'm going to come in again with the same one. Just about there. Now, with this type of thing, it doesn't matter if things are perfect or not perfect. But I'm also going to come in, I think, with this one, just so that it's not all the same. Maybe pop that one up there. Just to create a nice bit of interest in the background. And to finish it off, I'm going to use this one. Yeah, that's quite nice now. Just a little bit up there. Just got to pop the little butterfly there. And there again. Now I'm coming in now with my paper. Let's pop that down and see what we get from that. Now I want to give a good bit of pressure this time so that I'll pull up hopefully a good print. And there we are. Oh, I really like that one. That's a gorgeous background for a project. So I'm going to put that one aside because I possibly will come back with that one and use it. Let's just see here now. So for the last one, I'm going to use some of the for the last one, I'm going to use some of the blues. So I've got Broken China. And Faded Jeans. Again, just coming in with that. Now there may have been a bit of ink left on this brayer for from the last project, but I don't mind that at all for this type of technique. What I wanted to do next was I wanted to come in with this stencil, and I'm going to just pop that down there. So I'm just cleaning off this brayer. And let's see. This isn't for the print. This is just to give me something to put down on top of the brayer. But basically, I'm applying a good bit of pressure there on that. And as you can see, that could be used for another project. But what I want to do is I'm lifting this up. I'm coming back in with another piece of paper and I'm placing that down there. And I want to pull the print from that. So there we go. And how lovely is that? Now, I messed up, I guess, really, because I should have cleaned off the brayer. I ended up with more of the previous colours, which were on that. Oh, some blue going through there, obviously, as well. But I think those two are my favourites. This one especially. So I think I'm going to come along and use this as a background and make a nice card. So I've just gone and cleaned everything up there, and I think it's best to do it straight away because everything just washes off the stencils and the stamps. So I'm just coming back in and I just want to show you the prints that I got there. I think you'll agree, they all came out really nice. This one is a bonus, if I'm honest. I wasn't expecting to get that, so I'm really happy with that. And they're the other two, which are also quite usable. This one hasn't dried properly yet because it's only light paper and I think I used too much water. But you could cut some of that out as a base and it's quite pretty. Like the colour combinations in them. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to make a card, and I want to use this one because this one was my favourite, but I'm also going to use some of the others, and you'll see what I mean in a while. So I'm going to be working on a 5x7 card base. So the first thing I want to do is I want to cut this out to layer on top of it. I think actually this is the correct way up. Yeah, this is the correct way up. So I'm going to just cut this down to 5x7. Sorry, so I've gone ahead and cut that down. And what I want to do is I just want to distress the edges a bit on it. So I'm using this little tool by Tim Holtz that I've had there for years. And I'm just running that along the edges there just to roughen them up. This paper is light, it's not making the job easy for me. And if you don't have a tool like that, even just if you just get the edge of a scissors, run it along your cardstock or whatever, it does exactly the same thing really. It's either. So I just wanted to distress it a little bit. And I think we'll work away on this before I put it on the card. So I want to do a bit of mixed media on it. So let's see. What I'm going to do with this next is I want to do a bit of stamping. And I have a couple of Lavinia stamps that I'm going to use. This one being the Vine Flourish. And this little seed head as well. So let's just pull those out and have them ready. And let's get some of the Nocturne by the Versafine Clair. I'm going to go and get an acrylic block. So here we are with the acrylic block. Let's just pop that down. And with these type of projects, as I always say, it doesn't matter if things don't come out perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's mixed media. It's just, you know, it's just putting the bit of colour, bit of texture into the project, basically. See the way that hasn't came out, but I quite like that. You know, pieces of it are missed. I think that that's very nice. Let's pop that one down. And you could come along and do the second generation as well if you want more of this type of look, you know. Which I'm going to do down there. Yeah, it's more faint. So I just want to create a centre to my card. That will be kind of the main focal point, which I think will be around here. And with that, I'm going to come back later, I think, with the little seed head. But for now, I want to come in with the stencil. And I want to just pop it down there in the centre. And I'm coming in. And I'm just using this light modelling paste, which I find great for these projects. You can colour them, you know, with any of your pigment powders, or even with the distressings. Pop a bit down and mix it together and you'll get a colour. But I want to use it white. I want to put some white into my card. So I'm just coming in now with this little tool, little spatula, and I want to pick that up. Now I'm being careful with this. I just want to get the centre of it anyway. So let's start there in the centre. I don't want it to go in under my project. So let's just get a good spread around on that. Just pop another little bit down. And you can always come back and get more. There's no point in popping too much down and then discovering that you didn't need all of that amount, you know. Let's just keep it where I want it. And if you go in from different directions, you kind of fill it in better. Now I could come and make that a lot thicker and a lot heavier than it is, but I want to see what it's like first. I'm going to keep my hand where it is holding it, and I'm just going to lift it. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Actually, it didn't come out too white, but I think when it dries, it probably will be a bit lighter. And I'm going to clean this straight away because I don't want to damage my stencil. So while it was wet was the correct time to do that. And as I always say, craft supplies are expensive. It's important to look after them so that they're there when you want to use them over and over. That's the only way you get value out of them, really, is look after them. They'll be there for years to come. How lovely is that? Now I'm wondering, well, I think that will dry back a bit whiter. I've used this paste before. But even if it doesn't, I think that's quite nice. So I just want to come now and put a bit more interest in the background. And for that, I'm going to come back in with my little seed head. And I think I'm going to change up the colour of the ink other than black. So I'm going to use the Rainforest. Oh. It's important, of course, to leave this dry really well. But I'm not going to go near it. It just kind of adds another layer over it, I think. I'm going to move that further out. There we go. That way I won't be coming across on top. Yeah, I'm using the different colour, I think, has just made them stand out that bit. And again, I'm going to put this upside down so that I can turn it that way. Yeah. Happy with that. So I think I'm going to wait for a while and leave this dry, because why muck it up? So coming back in with this little die that says, let's see, the clouds are lined with silver, as often we're told. I give you this my heartfelt wish that yours be lined with gold. Now it doesn't really matter what it says. It's not for the words. But I'm popping that down. And I want to come and let's have a look at the colours. I think with this we're going to come in with the Twilight. It's that lovely deep blue, navy blue. And I want to just pop it down there in the corner. And as you can see, that's a nice dark colour. Let's see. Just pop a bit there. And just a bit up along the top there as well. would you? I'm quite liking. I think I would like to add some white to this in some way. So let me have a little think about that. Yeah, I think I'm going to add in a butterfly, and I had planned to do the butterfly with this. I was going to cut it out with that, but I'm thinking I might do a white butterfly just to introduce a bit of white into the project. So it's just deciding now what size I want to go with. That's a bit too small. That's right. Yeah, I think this one would be good. So I'm just going to get a piece of scrap card. So there we go. And that's a good heavy card, that one. It's a 300 GSM. So I'm just going to run that through my die cut machine. So let's just pop that out of the die. No, it looks like it was a double. I was wondering why it didn't look as though it was perfect, and that's exactly why. There was 2 pieces of cardstock on it. So there we go. This one is better. How pretty is that? So now I'm thinking, is that too white? Never happy, am I? Let's see, we could come in and I'm just going to use this stencil. And I'm going to, let's move those out of the way. I'm popping it down over it like that. And I'm going to ink it up in the Rainforest. Just put it onto my brush there. And I'm just going to, want to add a bit of colour in. Don't want to totally colour it. But yeah, just to add a little bit of green in there. Yeah, that's fine. You've still got the white going on. But I think that, yeah, that will help. I'm just going around the edges of it. Yeah. So let's decide. Yeah, I think we'll pop you there. So just getting a bit of glue. Just pop a little bit of glue along there, a couple of dots. And let's see, what way do I might come down a bit with him actually. And yeah, just pop him there like that. Yeah, that's quite nice. I just want to do a bit of a clean up here now first. And actually looking at that there, I actually prefer, I think, just the white, but I'm going to leave this guy there and I'm going to stick another one over him. So it'll make him more fluttery, I guess. A bit more 3D, won't it? I should have popped the lid back on that. There we go. Let's just pop that over him. So that'll be actually nice to have the double layer. Yeah, I did want a bit of white in it. So I think that's nice. And I think I'm going to come in and pop a little sentiment down. And I like these ones. think I'm going to use this one. You were on my mind today, so I thought I'd send a hug your way. So I'll use my acrylic block for that. And I hadn't cleaned it off. Where is my cloth? So let's pop that down. Just making sure it's some way straight. And I'm going to use this piece of scrap card. And let's see, I think I'm going to use the Twilight. I think that came out nice and deep on there, which is what I want. Yeah, that's came out quite nice. I'm just going to cut that out with my scissors. Let's see. Like I said, with these types of cards, things don't have to be perfect. So if it's not perfectly cut, it just adds to the character of the card, I think. Everything is kind of a mismatch anyway on the mixed media. I think that's the charm of it in a way, isn't it? So I'm going to cut that down a little bit, and I think here, now I have the little dies that would have cut this out properly, but if it was a more kind of a dressy card, if you like, I would have definitely done that. But yeah, I think that that's perfectly fine. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think in there, I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue. Down there. And I'm placing a nice bit because I'm not going to stick the whole thing down, but I guess I could put a bit more there. Yeah, that should be fine. And I think I'm going to come in here under his little tail. And just put it slightly at an angle there. And that'll kind of lift, you know, it'll kind of round up a bit. That's it. Yeah, quite liking that. So I want to come back now at my card base and pop this down. But the way I'm going to do this is, as this is a paper background, I want to really secure it. I'm not going to put the tape onto the paper. I'm going to put it on the card base. So let's see, I'm just seeing, and it kind of almost covers it all. So it should be easy enough to do. Let's go up there. Just a bit more there for the bottom. Oops. Should have used my scissors, I guess, but anyway. Go this way. Let's just pop that there. Just cut that piece and that piece off because I don't want them sticking out. fine. So if you do have a gel plate in your stash and you haven't used it for a while, I'd encourage you to take it out and have a play. It's great fun. And like that, you can just play around and do the different prints and keep them there and use them at other times for making cards. But I guess putting the card together just gives you some idea of what these backgrounds can be used for. And there's something that bit different, aren't they, you know? Lovely to send that on to someone. They'll be looking at it and thinking, oh, how was that made and how was this done? You know, when they realise that it's been handmade. There's always something very special, I think, about anything that's handmade. Yeah, I think that's gone on relatively well. Just having a look there, and I thought I might like to add something onto the butterfly. And I had a look at a couple of, I guess, diamondy things there, but I thought that I don't think they go with the style of this card very well. So I have these little pearls, but let's have a look. See, some of them are, they'd be good colours, I think. A dark green one. Let's just add a few embellishments on it. It is a mixed media, I guess, after all, so why not? It's another nice green one in there. Yeah. Now, are they a bit big for the... They might be a bit big for the butterfly. But I think I could add them in around. So let's just do that. Let's just see. Let's just see. We'll pop a couple around, I think. My little jewel picker wasn't picking them up. Let's pop one up here. There we go. One more. Let's see, what colours have we got? Maybe that one for a change. Yeah. There we go. And I still think I want to put something down the centre, so I'm going to find something. So I've got some liquid pearls here. That's out anyway. That one would go, maybe. Or maybe put in a bit of darkness, actually, there. I should have come in and just done that first of all on something, because I haven't used it in a while. But luckily enough, it seems to have worked out. Now they're going to take a while to dry because they're big blobs. But yeah, I think that that's quite nice. So that's my finished card. And I've really enjoyed making this card today. If you haven't already, I'd love if you would subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.